The number 666 appears in the Book of Revelation, 13:16-18, as a symbol of the beast associated with the end times. In Christian eschatology, this number has been the subject of intense debate, interpretation, and speculation for centuries. The passage from Revelation 13:16-18, it also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell, unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666. This passage suggests that during the end times, a system of control will arise where people will be marked with the number of the beast, 666. Without this mark, they will be unable to participate in economic activities like buying and selling. The prophecy implies that those who receive this mark are aligning themselves with the forces of evil or rebellion against God. Interpretations of 666 and the beast. In the context of this prophecy, the number 666 has been interpreted in multiple ways over time. Historical interpretation. Nero, Caesar. Many scholars believe that the beast in Revelation was originally a coded reference to the Roman Emperor Nero, 5468 AD, a notorious persecutor of Christians. Using gematria, a Jewish numerological system where letters are assigned numerical values, the name Nero Caesar in Hebrew transliterates to 666. Early Christians may have used this number as a way to criticize Nero without directly invoking his name, for fear of Roman retribution. The number is symbolic. Others argue that 666 is a symbolic number representing imperfection or rebellion against God. In biblical numerology, 7 is often the number of completion or divine perfection, e.g., 7 days of creation. So 666 might represent something that falls short of divine standards or pretends to be perfect but is deeply flawed. In this sense, the beast represents any system, ruler, or ideology that sets itself up as a false god. Future Antichrist. A more futuristic and popular interpretation sees the beast and 666 as the mark of a future world ruler, often identified with the Antichrist, who will rise to power during the end times and enforce a system of global control. According to this view, the prophecy has not yet fully occurred but is gradually being set up. It's already started but people don't see it. Some people believe that the prophecy of 666 has already begun, but it is so subtle or gradual that most people don't realize it. Here are some modern theories and interpretations of how this might be happening today. 1. Technological and economic control. The idea of control over buying and selling without the mark aligns with concerns about cashless societies, digital currencies, and the use of advanced technology to track individuals. The rise of digital currencies, such as cryptocurrencies or centralized digital currencies, biometric IDs, like facial recognition, fingerprints, RFID microchips, used for identification or even payments, and global surveillance systems, are all seen by some as steps toward fulfilling this prophecy. These technologies could theoretically enable governments or corporations to control who has access to the global economy and who does not. Why people don't see it. Normalizing technology. As people embrace digital technology for convenience, they may not question its potential for control. Devices like smartphones, smartwatches, and other technologies are becoming an integral part of daily life, leading to less suspicion or critical thinking about where this could lead. Gradual integration. The progression toward a cashless society or total digital control happens gradually, so it doesn't alarm people as much as sudden changes would. Each step, like the introduction of credit cards, mobile payments, or digital IDs, seems harmless on its own, but some argue that it's part of a larger system that could eventually demand more control. 2. Globalist and political movements. Some people see globalist agendas or movements pushing for a unified world government, economy, or political structure as laying the groundwork for the system of the beast. The prophecy mentions a power that controls the entire world and enforces its rule on all people, and certain global institutions or ideologies are seen as fulfilling this vision. Global governance organizations like the United Nations or World Economic Forum. Discussions of a one-world currency or universal basic income. Centralized control of economies, health systems, and even responses to global crises, e.g., climate change. Pandemics. Why people don't see it. Distraction and deception. Modern life is filled with distractions, entertainment, social media, consumerism, that divert attention from deeper spiritual or political concerns. Some believe that these distractions prevent people from seeing the signs of prophecy being fulfilled. Political and social polarization, political divisions and social movements create noise that makes it hard to focus on what's happening on a larger, global scale. Events that may be steps toward global control are seen as routine or part of modern progress. 3. Mark as ideological alignment. Another interpretation is that the mark of the beast doesn't have to be a physical mark like a microchip or tattoo, but could represent ideological alignment with systems or beliefs that oppose God. According to this view, people already bear the mark when they prioritize materialism, consumerism, and secularism over spirituality or morality, support corrupt systems or ideologies that exploit others or deny the existence of God. In this sense, the mark could represent internal allegiance rather than an external sign. Why people don't see it. Normalization of immorality. Over time, moral standards have shifted in many societies, leading to a desensitization to things that were once considered wrong or sinful. If the mark is symbolic of accepting corrupt or ungodly ideologies, it might be hard for people to recognize it as something dangerous because it's been normalized. Moral relativism. In a culture that increasingly embraces the idea that everyone's truth is valid, it becomes difficult to point to anything as objectively wrong or evil. This allows systems and ideologies that oppose traditional biblical values to grow unchallenged. Conclusion. 666 as a gradual but hidden process. For those who believe that 666 and the mark of the beast and quat are already present in the world. The key reason people don't see it is that it's happening subtly and gradually. The merging of technology, global governance, and economic control, along with shifts in moral values, are seen as leading to a system of control that could fulfill the prophecy in Revelation. However, due to the gradual nature of these changes and the normalization of certain technologies or ideologies, most people either don't notice or don't interpret these developments through a biblical lens. Many of these systems may appear harmless or even beneficial at first glance, which is why they are often not associated with the darker implications of prophecy. These interpretations remain speculative, though, as people have different views on whether the prophecy of 666 is symbolic, historical, futuristic, or literal.